Thing that I've ever put on my body that I didn't understand where.
I'm gonna really work hard to not take that as a shot.
I'm told that you didn't help the prosecution.
Student of music, you're a student of fashion, but you're a student of fame in a way.
One of my greatest artworks is the art of fame. I'm a master of the art of
Times, interviewers push boundaries, like when Anderson Cooper tried to corner Lady Gaga, but she calmly put him back in his place. When Lady Gaga sat down with Anderson Cooper for a 60 Minutes interview, everyone expected an in-depth look at her artistry. Cooper tried to dig into her personal life and her controversial career, but Gaga made it clear from the start, she wasn't there to fit into anyone's box.
Thing that I've ever put on my body that I didn't understand where it came from, the reference of it, who inspired it. There's always some sort of a story or concept that I'm
When Cooper asked if her constant reinventions were just hiding her true self, Gaga didn't hesitate. "This is who I am." It was simple but powerful, showing that authenticity doesn't have to fit anyone's mold.
Gaga says she no longer uses cocaine, though she readily admits she still smokes pot.
I smoke a lot of pot when I write music, so I'm not gonna like sugarcoat it for 60 minutes that, you know, I am some like sober human being, because I'm not.
You
I
still
drink
smoke
a
pot.
lot of whiskey and I smoke weed when I write. And
Then things got personal. Cooper brought up her struggles with fame and past drug use. Gaga faced it head-on, saying that being transparent with her fans mattered more than being perfect.
like when she's overdosed on whatever they think I'm overdosing on, everybody wants to see the decay of the superstar.
Do you think people want to see your decay?
What? Of course they do. They want to see me fail. They want to see me fall on stage.
One of the most striking moments came when Gaga talked about how society loves seeing celebrities fail. People want to see me fail. People want to see me fail. But she wasn't interested in being anyone's tragic superstar. Gaga kept it real, but Jonah Hill showed that a bit of humor can handle disrespect just as well.
Look at you. First of all, you smell good, which is surprising.
Why is that surprising?
I don't know. I just wouldn't think of a guy who would have a nice scent on. And
From the moment Jonah Hill stepped onto Jimmy Kimmel's set, the host couldn't resist a backhanded compliment about how surprisingly good Jonah smelled.
I'm gonna really work hard to not take that as a shot. You know what I mean? Like, because I think you would smell nice.
no, but I don't have
Let's dissect that.
anything on.
No. Let's go back for a
Okay,
second.
let's go back. Yeah.
Instead of letting it slide, Jonah leaned into humor. "I'm going to work hard not to take that as a shot."
And you have a lot of tattoos now. When did this
Yeah.
happen?
I've been gone for a couple years. It's nice to see everybody.
As the interview went on, Jonah shared his journey towards self-acceptance. He admitted that for years, he cared too much about fitting into Hollywood's image of success. Now, he's embracing who he really is. When Kimmel teased him about his tattoos, Jonah turned it into a joke, flipping the dynamic completely. He used humor to remind everyone that staying true to yourself doesn't mean losing your cool.
To be a certain way, and I don't, everyone, we're all different than what you see. But like, I saw this guy at the burrito spot with a bunch of my goons from high school.
That's right, yeah.
And you gave a lot of love, and it was really nice.
I
you
like
know?
talking.
By the end, Jonah had turned what could have been a roast into a meaningful moment about growth and confidence. Jonah used jokes to push back, but Naomi? She wasn't afraid to shut things down completely. Naomi Campbell isn't known for putting up with nonsense, and one interview about the blood diamond allegations showed why.
Campbell has walked out of an interview, knocked a camera to the floor on her way out after being asked about a diamond she allegedly received from former Liberian leader Charles Taylor.
When a journalist pressed her about an alleged uncut diamond gift tied to war crimes, Naomi was firm. "I'm not going to speak about that."
Africa, but Ms. Campbell would only confirm that she had dinner with Mandela.
You received a diamond from
I didn't
Charles.
receive a diamond, and I'm not going to speak about that. Thank you very much. And I'm not here for that.
Did you have dinner, though, with Charles Taylor?
I had dinner with Nelson Mandela. Thank you very much.
But the interviewer wouldn't let it go. So Naomi ended the interview and knocked over a camera on her way out.
You didn't help the prosecution sort of in this very important case.
Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Critics called her reaction dramatic, but for Naomi, it was a matter of principle. She'd already testified in court, and bringing it up again felt like an ambush. Walking out wasn't just about avoiding the question, it was her way of showing that respecting boundaries is important. Naomi walked away, but Whitney stayed and fought back with unforgettable words.
Anorexia.
No way.
They've written it.
No way.
Bulimia.
No way.
That it's because of drugs.
Whitney Houston's 2002 interview with Diane Sawyer is infamous for its tough questions. When Sawyer asked about Whitney's rumored drug use, Whitney fired back with the now iconic line, "Crack is whack." It was a mix of pride and frustration. She was fighting to keep her dignity.
Whitney dying. Crack rehab fails.
First of all, let's get one thing straight. Crack is cheap. I make too much money to ever smoke crack. Let's get that straight, okay? We don't do crack. We don't do that. Crack is whack.
When Sawyer kept pushing, Whitney admitted she'd struggled but refused to let it define her. She balanced honesty with protecting her privacy.
Now, I grant you, I partied. But there have been times when I know I was going through a lot of emotional stress, and my eating habits were awful.
This interview showed Whitney's resilience. Despite the invasive questions, she didn't let Sawyer control the story. It was a reminder of how fame can quickly turn on someone.
What is it? Diane, tell me. Do you know?
It's scary thin.
I can believe what you feel. I can believe that. But do you really know? Do you really know?
No, you know.
Thank you.
Whitney stood her ground, while Dolly turned the tables with her wit and charm. When Barbara Walters asked if being called a hillbilly was offensive, Dolly Parton turned the question into an opportunity.
Would I have called you a hillbilly?
If you had of, it would have been something very natural, but I would have probably kicked your shins or something. No, actually.
But when I think of hillbillies, am I thinking of your kind of people?
She proudly described her roots as country class, blending charm with wisdom. Walters then shifted to Dolly's appearance, even questioning if her figure was natural.
Little Abner people, Daisy Mae, and that sort of thing, they took that kind of thing from people like us, but we were very proud people. People with a lot of class. It was country class, but it was a great deal.
Walters got personal, questioning Dolly's looks and curvy figure. Dolly disarmed her with humor, joking she'd have made them if needed, staying sharp and unshaken.
Are in awe of the whole thing. You know, a lot of people say I have, a lot of people say I haven't. I always say that if I hadn't have had it on my own, I'm just the kind of person that would have had me some made.
Unfazed, Dolly quipped, "I would never stoop so low as to be fashionable," proving she owned her style unapologetically. When Walters asked if she ever felt like a joke, Dolly had the perfect response. "They think the joke's on me, but it's actually on them." With grace and humor, she reminded everyone that self-awareness is the ultimate power.
Certainly a choice. I don't like to be like everybody else. I've often made this statement that I would never stoop so low as to be fashionable. That's the easiest thing in the world to do.
Unfazed, Dolly quipped, "I would never stoop so low as to be fashionable," proving she owned her style unapologetically.
But do you ever feel that you're a joke, that people make fun of you?
Oh, I know they make fun of me. But actually, all these years, the people, you know, has thought the joke was on me, but it's actually been on the public. I know exactly what I'm doing, and I can change it.
Dolly owned the room, but Kelly reminded everyone how important it is to set boundaries.
It was reported that Roland, a former member of Destiny's Child with Beyonce, was upset over a subpar dressing room. Now it's being reported it was questions from Savannah Guthrie about you-know-who that led to the drama.
Kelly Rowland is a star in her own right, but during an interview promoting her Netflix movie, Savannah Guthrie kept steering the conversation toward Beyonce, overshadowing Kelly.
Your friend Beyonce, she's like your sister. You guys literally grew up together. She's stepping into country.
So proud of her.
I know, but were you surprised, and what do you think about it?
I'm so proud of her.
Yeah.
So happy for her.
Looks like Roland wants to change the subject and talk about her new Netflix movie.
Kelly's discomfort grew as questions about Beyonce's career kept coming up, despite Kelly's attempts to redirect. The constant comparison seemed to push her to her breaking point.
She's back a little later this morning, guest hosting with Hoda. How fun is that?
Reports suggested Kelly had set boundaries with interviewers, but they ignored them, leaving her feeling blindsided.
About her music career and what she thinks about Beyonce going country.
Uh-oh, she immediately scowls, then mouths the word.
Walking off was Kelly's way of asserting her right to be recognized for her own achievements, not just as Beyonce's bandmate. By the end of the interview, it was obvious Kelly couldn't take it anymore. So, what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this one.